minute. No. I'm admitting people.
Well, it's 7 o'clock, the meeting's starting.
Oh, shush.
6:59.
Okay.
Ready?
Donna Bankovich is just joining.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. I'm looking for the approval of the minutes. Did everybody have a chance to go through the minutes from November 2nd?
So move.
Okay, a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Chris's mic isn't on.
Chris, can you turn your mic on?
Muted it unless. There you go.
Okay.
Randy still isn't on.
Okay, well, he'll have to come on in a minute, pretty quick. Okay, first we're going to start with public comment. Do we have any public comment? Hearing no public comment, I will go ahead and move on to highway. That's you, Randy.
You can't go on.
We can't hear you. This is going to be a quick meeting if we don't get a report from you.
Maybe you could have him nod if he hears you.
You hear us?
You can hear us. We can't hear you.
Want
The
to tell him
bottom of the screen, Randy,
where
there.
the bottom of the screen is.
Yeah, put your cursor right down at the bottom of your Zoomy thing. And it says, right in the left-hand side, it has a little microphone.
Whoever controls the meeting can also unmute everyone.
Okay. Let me see. Allow participants to unmute themselves. Give that a try, Randy. No? Chris, you
Looks as
can.
though Chris is off too.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
There we go.
There's Chris.
Pressing this. Clock.
Yep.
Hi, Chris.
Now Randy's gone.
Howdy.
Hi.
Wow.
You can read lips.
I don't know if that would make it bigger or not.
So you're on? Yeah. Iced tea.
Your mic off on your.
Now we can see you though.
Click on this, usually it'll offer stuff here. Try it. I just don't want to do anything to mess up you.
Can we go on with the meeting while Randy figures this out?
I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to move on. And Randy, maybe you could get on your phone and call in. Good idea? Shake your head yes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to start with old business. Old business, we are adopting the 2021 budget. I hope everybody had a chance to read through the changes made by the budget committee. I'm looking for a motion
So move.
and a second.
I'll second. I have some questions.
Okay, and now into discussion.
Yep. The Lake Stewards, A2770 miscellaneous revenues.
A27.
We're not expecting to have a program this year, or Lake Pleasant Sacandaga Association is not participating.
That's on page 2
Yes.
of 19.
That's, a revenue that we would get from,
Lake Place and Sacandaga
Call
Association.
PSA.
wait a minute,
State revenue sharing.
what was the number, Chris?
A2770,
Miscellaneous revenues. Yeah.
miscellaneous revenues.
That's just plain old miscellaneous revenues. That was where, that isn't for the lake store. I'm
I
just trying
thought
to,
that's when we had them the last couple of years under there.
well, we may have.
But are we getting money? Are they participating this year or next year or not?
I believe that that is to pay for,
Look in here.
Consolidated Health reimburses. Oh, that's for BTI. Now I'm getting things mixed up.
Right.
Let me think.
I'm only asking because that's where we had those Lake
Yeah,
Store revenues
yeah.
there for the last few
Um,
years.
I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything, Betsy?
No, I've heard nothing different. No,
I mean, I don't think we've heard that they weren't.
right.
I haven't heard anything about them now.
That's apparently not where we parked
Page
the
7,
revenue.
Betsy. Page
No,
7.
no, no, so you're talking page 7?
There's Lake Stewart's are under page 7, A 89.400, and there's a $5,000.
That's where it gets paid out.
That's
Right.
expenses, right.
Right, but, I
The revenue.
haven't heard anything from Lake Pleasant Sacandaga Association on getting reimbursed for that. I think perhaps did that change when we bought the, boat wash equipment? And we just put that as our donation towards the boat wash?
That would have been a couple of years ago. I think that maybe happened.
I believe that they were still paying for the Lake Stewards, but
What is that?
I don't know.
300.
Jeanette's saying there was nothing on the website for LPSA. No. Want me to call Charlie and ask him? Well, who's the president
Sure.
now?
No,
Not Shirley.
no, it's, what's her name?
Isn't it Lynn?
Armstrong.
No,
That's a woman.
no, it's not Armstrong.
My mind is blank, I can't think of it.
Me too. Debbie, what's her name? We deal with her so much.
I have no idea.
The president of LPSA.
Lynn Van Druff?
Yes,
Who?
Lynn Vandroff.
Oh.
Yes, that's who it is.
I heard that she handed that off, so I don't know.
If she did, that's pretty recent.
Don't know. I just heard it, I don't even remember where. Let me give Charlie a call, I'll mute my microphone so I'm not annoying your
Okay.
Not Mitzi Fox, is it?
everybody.
No, not Mitzi. It's Lynn. It was Lynn. I talked to her about a month ago about the filters. Remember, Randy? Oh, never mind. Can you? Oh yeah, you can hear me. Just can't hear you.
Hey.
All right.
What other questions?
So, does anybody else have any other questions while Chris is checking into that? No other questions?
We don't have that revenue. We don't have that revenue booked anywhere that I can see.
No, I don't see it either.
That's just a miscellaneous things that come in where we don't exactly know where to put them, I think.
Well, that might be why it was posted that way. That could be part of the, Chris pointed out the 2770s where, was posted last year, so maybe that's where it was put. We didn't plug any in ourselves,
Right. Well-
because we don't have any promise of it.
That 47,640 in 18 was the reimbursement. I believe that was very confusing, the reimbursement for the boat wash equipment.
Yep.
Right, that came very late in the game.
Right.
That was the deal that Dan had made.
Mhm. Randy, are you able to talk to us? Can you talk on the phone?
He's muted us.
Wow,
Ben.
bad, huh? Bad. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for Chris to come back,
Primary
Try
care.
Try it now,
Why don't-
Randy.
How about now?
we
You
can,
go.
we got
Can you
you.
hear me now? We have a winner.
Okay, so Randy, let's go back to highway and buildings while we're waiting for Chris.
Okay. You can hear me, right?
We can hear
Yes,
you.
sir. All right, so cameras are installed at the health center,
Cameras.
bought and installed, so that's done with.
Cameras, yeah.
At the
Gilpin
library?
Town Road, we've been working on culverts and grading of it. We've had a few culverts go bad, and this Friday, we're going to plan on doing some of the FEMA work down there.
On Gilman Road?
Yes.
The other big thing that we did was the new parking lot on the Louis Lake Trail. The state of New York DOT and us put in 60 feet of culvert alongside the state highway to create another culvert on the old state highway that goes down Long Hill, which we call Big Brook. Parking will be parallel to the state highway down to that field. We'll plow it, and like we do all our other parking lots. We lost the Pink Rock parking lot. Hopefully we will regain access to that because of logging. We will regain access to that somewhere in January. They're hoping the beginning of January, but I can't guarantee that. From there, they'll be able to access Perkins Clearing across the street. The trail behind that is closed for the entire winter, which I discussed last meeting. The snowmobile trails, we built some bridges on, and as of right now, unless we get some more wind, are opened up and good to go. The DEC is asking possibly next week for some assistance building a bridge back by what we call Outhouse Corners at the end of Fawn Lake Trail. They think they have enough help this week with all state help, and that they want the towns to help next week. So that's where we stand on that. COVID is definitely playing a part in everything we're doing. We're trying to keep it minimal as possible, and we'll keep cleaning and keep masking everybody, and hopefully we can control it enough to get our jobs done this winter. That's about all I had.
Okay. Alrighty, so, I will make a mention, Chris is calling me, hang on. Hello? Okay, Nancy? Chris can't get into and be unmuted. Boy, this is really, we're getting rusty, guys, on
Right
this.
now, there, get it.
Okay, perfect, okay. Hey, Chris?
That is so weird.
Tom Rippere is the president of LPSA. Are you there, Chris?
I just talked to Charlie.
Okay, how'd you make out?
We said we can plug in 7,500,
Okay,
which is more than they were paying before the grant.
okay,
because they want to add a part-time lake steward at the marina.
Okay,
So, in the past, they used to put in 5,000, Pound put in 5,000, and now they're gonna put in 7,500.
okay.
And I didn't look at, Nancy, do you remember what budget line it would be shown for us with what we put toward it?
It's like 89, somewhere around there.
Yep, 89, 4.
Yeah.
Lake stewards, 5,000. So,
That's in there, what
That's expensive.
we do. But, we never got word to plug that 7,500 in.
you know, just left office and this guy took over, so maybe there was a
Yeah,
lack of
sure.
Yeah, probably was. Because Lynn was in contact
Well, that's
with
good
her.
news.
Okay, so are we back on the budget again? Because I couldn't
Yes,
listen while I was
we
talking to
are.
Charlie. Okay. I had a question about, under general, the village, B, 9010.800. It's the state retirement line. And we show nothing on it for this coming year. And I'm just wondering, just want to double check, make sure that's correct.
Yes, because we have no employees that are paid on B that's on retirement.
Okay. Thank you.
We do pay plenty. You'll see in this week's
Bill paying,
bills.
yeah. Anything else, Chris?
Well, you just keep flipping here.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, that was it, and I want to congratulate Neil and Betsy on their work. I think they brought in an amazing budget considering the circumstances with the Halloween storm expenses and the COVID and everything else. I think they did a great job.
Well, I don't know about me, but I know Nancy did. But guess what, Chris? Seems to me if we plug in the 7,500 you just shook out of the trees in the last 10 minutes, it gets better.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I just really want to say that if it weren't for Nancy, she was in that office so much working and tweaking with me, and then her and Neil would get together and then they'd work things out, and then Nancy would come back. Nancy, we appreciate everything you did. You're fantastic. I wish you were still there full time.
Yeah. I think that's true of all of us. But, you know, we were just trying to do you a favor, Nancy, keep you away from that sick husband of yours.
I know.
So are we adopting the
So,
budget?
okay, so,
Are we adopting the
so
budget?
You do know that Nancy can't not be the budget officer, right?
I wish she could.
Right.
Okay, so,
Can't.
so is there,
We know that.
Can't.
yeah, I know we can't. I know. Okay, so, if we're through with the discussion, is everyone in favor?
Well, just one last thing is we're about to adopt an .94, less than 1%,
Right,
but that is without that 7,500
correct.
revenue. So if we could accept it contingent upon plugging that in, which of course will only make it go down, I would think that would be good for the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Is that good to everybody else?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone's then in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Okay. Next, the primary care flooring and carpet. The flooring is all in. We're just waiting for the carpet to come in. Ruby and Query will be scheduling the installation with Carla and staff. And then there will be notice given if the clinic has to close, maybe do an extended weekend to if it takes more than, the weekend to do. They're gonna try to complete it in a weekend, but they may have to take an extra day. We'll know that as time gets closer. So that's,
They're waiting on the carpet.
they're still waiting, no, we have the carpet.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Yes, we are waiting for the carpet. The flooring is here. That's what I said. Okay, next we're moving on to new business. Does anybody have any other old business? Okay, so now we'll go on to new business. The biking trail signs, they've been updated and they are here. Dave McComb has offered to put them up, but we're gonna wait till early spring so that it's ready for the biking season. And Dave is also working on maps for the intersections that we used to have. He's gonna go up in the shed and pull them out and we can update the maps. So when the signs go out, he can put the maps in there as well and we'll be ready for biking season next year. We did order a new computer for myself. The computer I have, I can't do Zoom meetings on. The speaker does not work and I can't hear anybody and I can't talk into it. And it's awful to work on, I have to be honest. Nancy's tried, Debbie's tried, it just is not user friendly. So Nancy and I got 3 different quotes and the best deal we got was from Dell and it's gonna be about $500. We did order it and it should be here sometime this week, I believe, as long as COVID behaves. We don't have a lot on the schedule for tonight. Our next meeting will be Monday, December 7th. I will also mention that the Association of Towns, you all had asked me to contact them to get some guidance on town audits. I called and explained to them that we had hired a firm to do the audit for 2019 and that in 2020 the county had taken over our accounting. And they said it would be a good idea to schedule another audit for 2020 just to be sure, which we did plug in, I think, an extra $5,000 for that. So that we can be audited again. And they said that there's no real rule that we have to follow, but it's suggested that probably every 2 years would be good if we did. Are there any committee reports? Does anybody have anything?
I don't have any specific, more like questions regarding both our septic committee. These are 2 joint committees. Is it appropriate for me to contact the mayor and we'll schedule as it works for them?
I would say yes, that's a good idea, Neil. I just wanted to get through the budget, but now that we're through the budget process and we're done, we had thought about working on that, as well as you and I was kind of hoping either in the next 2 weeks, we could start working on our wells across the street, the RO systems, and we can start working on guidelines with that. So yes, if you would call Jeanette, make contact and figure out that, that would be great. Yeah. Any other committee reports? Hearing none? Okay, so I guess now I'm looking for a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Maybe Debbie could tell us what that 79 cents to AT&T
Oh,
was.
is that crazy or what?
Oh, look, the bill was like right behind a huge,
Yeah.
buying dirt from roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
I think, Nancy, have we decided that that's like for that 1-800 number that the town had at one time?
That or the fax machine long distance.
Yeah, it's something in there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They've sent $1.50's worth of paper
Yeah,
for that bill.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And now we're putting a stamp on it and sending it back.
Right.
Right.
It's crazy. Okay, so let's see, Chris, you made a motion, did we get a second? And the discussion?
Second.
Okay,
Don
To pay the
So-
bills,
Second
yeah.
by Don.
yep,
Yep.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so next we're gonna go into roundtable.
I have something to talk about.
Want to start with Chris?
I hate to do this to you because I know how buried you've been, but the smart street lighting program, or is it just something that we still haven't got the information from National Grid?
Smart street lighting program?
Yep, the Smart Street Lighting New York.
The
Isn't that,
LED
didn't
stuff.
Dan start that one up?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know, it's through National Grid?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do,
Didn't that start with Dan, didn't Dan start that ball rolling on that?
Yes, he did, and right up until left office, every report was that we still didn't have the information we needed.
Right, from National Grid. Right, Chris?
You can do this, the town can either buy the poles and then own them and
Right.
pay out a certain amount for maintenance every so often, or just pay to have the lights changed to LED.
Right, well, maybe Dan left a folder, maybe Dan left a folder in his office, we could maybe look for that tomorrow, see if we can follow up on that.
yeah.
May I interject?
I have a bunch of information too.
Okay,
If I can give you some clarity, it was a program through NIPA. And as part of the NIPA program, you would have to get a buyout quote from National Grid.
we were waiting for that quote, Jeanette, but it never came
Correct.
through, that's what we're waiting for.
Right, and Joe Pallone is your contact down at National Grid.
I'm sure we'll find a
But
folder.
But for the village, we pursued NIPA to the end of it, and their prices went up about 25%. So the village is going through National Grid to do LED streetlights. And we should have them by the end of the year or the beginning of the year.
Okay, okay. So if it's okay, Jeanette, I'll be in touch maybe with you to get more information about Joe. He's from National Grid? Okay, I'll call Jeanette tomorrow on that.
We lost her.
That's okay, I'll call her tomorrow on that.
I'd be so lucky.
Okay, okay.
Muted.
Anything else, Chris? She's texting me.
No, that was my only question.
Oh, she says she's
I was
muted. She was muted.
Yeah, so
Oh.
you can certainly call me. They give you a rebate, so the village will pay about $2,500 for the 109 lights, and we will get back a little over $3,500 from National Grid, and then annually we'll save approximately $26,000 a year.
Okay. Okay, so I'll be
2,600, not 26,000.
2,600. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
We'll check on that, Chris. We'll get some information and get that going. Okay, anything else, Chris?
No, that was all I had, thank you.
Okay, so now we're kind of switching around. Okay, Neil, do you have anything?
No, I already brought up the new joint committees, that's all.
Okay. Randy?
Back off?
Doesn't have anything. Okay. Okay, Don, do you have anything?
No, it's just that I'm glad the highway department is doubling down on their COVID precautions, and I think we should keep that up, so we do have a highway department available to us.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely. Okay, Nancy, do you have anything? Nancy?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
I always.
Okay.
I do.
Debbie?
I just want to let everybody know, because of COVID, our courts are shutting down again. There will be no DA day tomorrow. Everybody's too nervous about bringing people in from all over. So I'm sorry to say, but I have a feeling that things are going to start closing down on us. So I just want to let you know that there will be no DA day tomorrow. We're adjourning everything out till January at this point in time. So we'll just keep you posted on what's going on with the courts.
Okay. Okay, well, speaking of COVID, today we did testing again in Lake Pleasant. We had 3 more positives, so that is 11. I'm sorry? We had 3 more positives. So that brings us to 11 in the past 6-7 days. There's another scheduled testing again in Indian Lake tomorrow at 9:30. County Health has standing appointments on Mondays and Wednesdays at 9:30 for people to call and register. Our town website and Facebook page has updated information on the testing schedules, and we will be putting on updates as we get developments from the county. Would just like to please remind everybody to be diligent, wear your masks, social distance. It's getting pretty scary out there. Today they tested about 100 people at the Lake Pleasant Fire Department. Most of those tests went down to Albany. We won't have the results till tomorrow. I can tell you that the county today went in a state of emergency, which at this point I think it's just setting the stage to be prepared, different departments. So we have to start paying attention to this. It's just, please, if you don't have to go out, stay home. I mean, it just seems like things are starting to go downhill again. We're really getting a spike here. And it's all within the county. It's not people bringing it in like the summertime. It's local people somehow are contracting this. So,
The testing today, you said, resulted in 3 more positives,
today,
but then you said the tests go down to Albany.
correct, 3 more, we did. Okay, so we did both types of tests today. The rapid testing, which we had 3 positives, and then the other testing had to go down to Albany. It takes 24 hours, so we should have the results hoping by tomorrow afternoon. We ran out of testing today. Carl Abrams had to run up to county nursing and bring down more. There was that many people. They just weren't anticipating it to be so busy.
Chris, if I could interject here, I was confused by this a couple of hours ago myself when a lady who helps me out, who's on the ambulance corps, was tested, and then she told me she came back negative, and then she proceeded to say how that other people had their tests sent out of town. I didn't understand until she made a claim. If they vetted everyone, and anyone who felt they had been in contact with someone who might have had COVID, they were given test A, and others were given B. I assume there's a shortage of the A's, and they're very expensive. I know that.
Well, it is. There's a shortage of of all the testing. Actually, they're having a hard time. They're trying to get more supplies in, but definitely the rapid is the ones, because anybody that's been in contact, that's what they have to test them with. So that's what's happened.
Even at the hospital in Litauer, unless there's some suspicion of it, they do the overnight turnaround, sent out to Quest or to one of the diagnostics, and only the folks who, as I say, they have suspicion, they use the rapid.
Yes. Yep.
Is this the community transmission? Do we know where the exposures took place?
Well, we know the first one was the Oxbow Inn, is where it had started about on, I believe it was the 5th of November. One of the employees there, and county nursing went down and tested everybody. Everybody else was negative. Ones that were in direct contact are in self-quarantine for 2 weeks. We have 36 people at this time in quarantine, and 11 positives new. We have actually 31, I believe, as of tonight, positive cases, waiting for the results from today.
These are all people that were at the Oxbow?
No,
31?
no, it started at the Oxbow, and some of them, one of them ended up to be at one of the county offices. One started, and then it just kind of developed from there. That person was involved with the fire department, and it just keeps going and going. It's like clusters. So they're doing contact tracing with each individual case, trying to figure all this out.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
You're welcome. And like I said, Erica did send out something tonight, and we will have a Zoom meeting tomorrow. So we will, Chris, I'll get you the information, and Nancy, if you could get it on Facebook and our website, just to keep people informed what's going on. Jeanette and I were talking today, and we do have concerns that there's so many rumors going around, and most of them are rumors. But people are concerned because it's the unknown. Nobody's really giving them enough information. So we're going to try to be diligent with that and get that out there for everyone.
That's good.
Okay. Next.
I want to ask
Sure.
a question on the testing. Is that available to anybody, any day by appointment, or
Yes.
is it only available during the scheduled times?
No. Well, they're going to be scheduling another one, I'm sure, in Lake Pleasant because there's such a demand. As soon as I know, we'll get that information out there again.
but if we want to get, like, if I wanted to get tested next Monday to be sure I'm COVID free for Thanksgiving, can I schedule an appointment to do that?
You can call up county nursing and they'll give you all the information
Okay.
when they're doing it and if it's available to you. But I'm sure it would be, especially if you're
Good.
traveling.
What, they're doing Wednesday, they're taking calls for Wednesday
Mhm.
for appointments to be scheduled after Wednesday,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, but just because you test
Ju-
negative on
Yeah.
Monday, that doesn't mean.
And if you have questions, don't hesitate to call up to county nursing and speak to either Avis or one of the girls up there. They have, I don't want to give any bad information here. I would just assume you hear it from the horse's mouth, really.
They do have a priority for testing, if I can interject, I'm sorry. They do have a priority, so if you just are worried but well, you would be lower on the priority of getting an appointment than someone who has been exposed or someone who has symptoms.
Well, that's very obvious that that would be the way it would be.
Yeah.
Well, they'll, as Jeanette points out, those are the ones who'll go rapid as opposed to the overnight.
Absolutely. Okay, so also, I was just wondering, Chris, now that we're through the budget, and it's probably time that you and I could maybe get together and start updating our emergency call list again in the next couple of weeks as things slow down for you, because I know you've been running back and forth crazy.
Oh, yeah, I can buy your house every day.
So, okay, so either I'll be in touch with you or you get in touch with me and we'll go ahead and get working on that again.
Okay.
And I just think before the season gets here, we need to be ready. The transfer station, I just want to remind everyone, will be closed on Fridays, starting November 30th. So please don't forget that. I'd like to mention that we received a $5,000 donation from Camp of the Woods towards the fly car for this year. Very generous. And that's about all I have. Does anybody have anything else before we go into executive session? Okay, hearing nothing, I would just like to, I need a motion to go into executive session to discuss the proposed acquisition, sale, lease of real property when publicity might affect value. Looking for a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Okay, thank you for joining, Jeanette.
You're
And-
welcome.
And anybody else, bye-bye. Okay.